Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Good morning, good afternoon, happy time zone. We have wrapped a podcast. I feel pretty wound up still, maybe a little exhausted, maybe a little crazy. So let's see what happens today. I know we have resubs. Thorpe Cat, 19 months. Let's go. Blog Wallet, 25 months. Thank you so much. Evan Max Penquisition, 59 months. Thank you, Evan Max. Thank you, Blog Walter. Thank you, Thorpe Cat. Thank y'all for being awesome. I didn't know how to work with my hands in mirror format. So, podcast in the can. I talked a lot. I feel a little bit kind of strung out from that. So let's chill for a minute. Tiber Swimmer, 21 months of sub. And thank you so much, Tiber Swimmer. Woo! It was a great podcast that doesn't take much after the last one, facts. So the last one we didn't do, or the last one that I screwed everything up. So a little bit easier this time. But yes, felt good to get back talking with Mike for the show, even though we just saw each other. It was nice to get back in the routine of recording. We're recording again on Monday because I leave Tuesday for Yoseka Stationery Fest. So we're going to do a prep show for that. Nobod with the stream giveaway. Let's see what we got. My desk is a complete catastrophe, y'all. Blog Waldo with the gifted sub. Hey, let me tell y'all something real quick before I do Nobod's giveaway. And this isn't something like, I'm not like super Twitch streamer where I'm doing like all the promotion stuff. Apple TV is giving you 3 free months if you gift a sub. 1 sub, 3 free months of Apple TV. I don't care if you use it on me, whatever. That's something like Blog Waldo made me think about that. I happened to see that this morning. So something to think about there. Like if you haven't watched Apple TV and you want 3 months for $5 essentially, you can only do it once, right? You can only get it once. So like if you give 5 subs, you're not getting 15 months, right? So just per 1 sub, you get, like if you get 5 subs, you get 1 month. If you have 1 sub, you get 1 month. So yeah, pretty cool. And in 3 months, you can watch all of Ted Lasso, all of Severance, all of The Morning Show, whatever you want to watch. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Like, you know, I'm not big on like that self-promo type of stuff, like give me all your subs, but that's a pretty good deal. So how do you get the sub? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I should find the link. I'm just like thinking of this. We can go find, maybe y'all go find the link while I do this giveaway. Let's see here. What to do for the gifted sub on you. Okay, what do we got here, chat? What do we have? Oh, let's do this one. I think this should be pretty good. This one's been sitting here a while. Thank you, Strange Camel. This is a nice one. RIP your Twitch alerts. RIP. Also unrelated, if you're a frequent gifter, Twitch is supposedly offering random individuals a deal of 20% off gift sub packages or 5 more. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. All right. Giveaway. Nobod. Thank you so much. Let's see what we got here. I think this is my last Sunderland pen MK1. One of the really cool machine pens because the cap posts, it fits the G2 style. Refill, which is probably what's in here right now. It's just really well made. It's an aluminum barrel, 2-tone. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, G2. .38. Ooh, that's one that I used. Yeah, Sunderland MK1. These are really good. These are really cool pens. Really like them. Because the it's a threaded cap, but the threads are internal up in this area here, so they have a really cool design. All right, let's do this giveaway. They fit the screw-in Mont Blanc refills. Interesting. So thank you, Nobod, for the redemption. I did get a chance for whoever won yesterday. I did get a chance to ship those yesterday. So, all right, this giveaway is open. Exclamation point raffle. Anyone can enter. Anyone can win. You don't have to be a follower, member, subscriber. You don't have to live in the United States. I ship worldwide. You must be present to win, and you must email me your shipping address. And I must wash this desk pad this weekend because this spot is bothering me. I don't mind the ink spots, but this is like a graphite spot, and it's bugging me, chat. Sorry. So this is what we're doing, the MK1. I have the Gentleman Stationer black and red MK1 with the Mont Blanc flying on it. I love that pen. It's a really well-made pen. Awesome clip. Just super, super good. Super good stuff. Who is ready for the Washington, D.C. pen show this weekend? Can we get a 1 in the chat if you're going to the D.C. pen show? Oh, Toby says 1. He's sneezing. Does that mean you're going? Momo, Thorpe Cat. I hate that I'm going to miss y'all. Carol, Sriskas. Do you have an eraser handy? That will get the graphite off the mat. I don't have a kneadable one for sure. Can't wait. Evan, yeah, Evan's going, not ready. Rewizzle's ready to buy all the purple inks. Nice. I'm gonna have. I'm actually looking forward to kind of like following what's going on. Brad, how long are you hanging out at Stationery Fest? All 3 days. So I'll be there all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and Friday a.m. I'll probably leave like noon Friday. But all day Wednesday, all day Thursday. I have to do my interviews on Wednesday, so I'll be booked for like 2 to 3 hours. And then I have a Hobonichi interview off the schedule. And I don't know what day or time that is. Oh, that's too bad, Avo. Hope you're okay. Hope that's easy stuff for you. But yeah, hate that you're gonna miss it. Wasn't there a pen called the Screwball one time? Or is that just an ice cream? Maybe I'm thinking of like some of those. I guess Pilot made the multi-ball, which is a name. The pen show map is live for DC. Looked like they took out a row of tables in the maker's room to make a little more space. They also formalized what I was doing, turning my tables out towards the aisle to be like an end cap. Do you have the link to that? Screwball, I guess, is also a drink. Do we have the link to the DC pen show maps? Y'all can grab, y'all can throw it in here. All right, I got about 10 seconds left to enter to win. Thank you again, Nobot, for redeeming those points. The freaking Stationery Fest sailor that Yoseka did is really nice. I was looking through all that stuff yesterday. I was holding that to for next week's podcast. Thank you, Evan. Actually, we'll pull up that map here in just a second. Hair is scaling new heights. My hair? This is pretty short for me. I've got some epic vertical. All right, we'll put that up in a second. All right, let's do this giveaway. Screwball appears to be related to vape pens. That's a news to me. Way to go, neighbor villain. I always used to do that when I was at work. I was like, look up some random thing. I was like, that was probably a mistake. That's on the list. I'm on the list now. Never got in trouble, though. All right, let's pick a winner. Manglero FP Inksplorer. Second win, maybe? I'm thinking you won, like, right after you joined, like, way back in the day. Maybe? Yes, no, maybe? Second win? Thinking second win. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. I'm on it, chat. But, like, a long time. Kless! Speaking of long time, 41 months of subbing. Let's go, Kless. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. All right. I'm writing your whole name on here. Even though I know your name. I missed this pen while I was gone, chat. So good. So good. All right, email me. email me hello@penandneck.com with your shipping address, and I will get this out later this week. I don't know which day. One day this week. Hopefully before Friday. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, chat. All right. Okay, let me tape this up real quick. I think Toby's laying next to my chair because I have that glass desk mat. I think it's really hot in here today, so I think he's laying over here because it's pretty cool temperature-wise. All right, let's look at this. Oh God, I need to make a note for that. I'm gonna mail that to you, Dutch Bill, because that's a thing for me. That's like a thing. So I'm gonna make a note. Because I can just put that in an envelope. All right, I'll work on that. Okay, so here is the our friend Alexander Kramer. Hi, does these cool things for some of the pin shows out there. So last year, I know someone in this chat named Momo Crafting took this information and then marked it up on their iPad and then carried it around with all the highlighted tables that they wanted to be sure to hit. So this is useful. You don't think that was you? I think you're lying. It wasn't you? I know we had to get your Mont Blanc fixed, but it wasn't you with the iPad also? You're just being coy. I would have bet that was you. So yeah, DC is a huge pin show. That has 3 separate rooms. Like, this room is crazy big. And then you have all of this other stuff over here, which is just like all these, like, it's a huge show. It's a big show. You don't remember doing that? Yeah. Someone had done like markup on one of these pages with like a on an iPad. Maybe it wasn't you. Oh no, this is I don't know if this is bigger or Tokyo's bigger. This is definitely bigger than San Fran. Hang on one second. Apologies, chat. Does my camera look off to you today, chat? The lighting wise? This camera seems grayer. I don't know, maybe it's okay. Doesn't seem quite dialed in. So when I look down here, it doesn't look so. It is a bit dark. Okay. I'm not gonna work on that now because it's fine to get us through this, but it looks a little bit weird. So we'll I look a bit English. I thought I had a little bit more of a tan than that. All right, so yeah, there's your show. Like it's like if you have the name you want to go to here, like you can find it. I don't know why it's not on my screen very well, but you get the gist. You get the gist. So, all right, y'all have fun. I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, it's not as warm, but that's the last thing I'm going to do right now is mess with that because we will wreck things. You have been around enough to know that I will wreck things, but I thought it felt a little bit off today. A little bit cooler. Which is weird because it's really bright outside, so it must be something technical with the camera. All right, so what we're going to do today, chat, is something I'm a little bit scared to do. So on my trip, I didn't use any fountain pens, so I've been gone, let's call it a week and a half now. And I haven't touched a fountain pen since I've been back, so none of these went on the trip with me. None of these pens have been used in a minimum of about 10 days. So what we're going to do, chat, is I think this is a good time to test how fountain pens work if they've been sitting a while and which ones do a good job and which ones maybe have some trouble. So what do you think? I needed to do this anyway because I need to think about what pens I'm taking to Yoseika next week. And so I want to clean some of these if I'm not going to be using them. Like the Sport needs to be cleaned. Maybe the 92. I don't know. I still need to test this. Test this. I'm enjoying these right now. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to clean anything. So, yeah, we can say yay or nay. The Bennu will be fine. Do you know what ink is in the Bennu? Do you know what ink is in the Bennu? It is an ink you own. It could be ink dependent. Oh, fire on fire on fire. That's right. Hey, look at that. I kept this in here. Yeah. It's been exceptional. It's been exceptional so far in this pen. So my guess is it's just going to continue to be that way. Third day of fire and fire on the new pen, no degradation of color. You must have a leak in that other pen then, is all I can think of. All right, so this is my Scribble Scrabble notebook. Let's just go down the line here. So this is my Break of Dawn fountain pen. I have not touched these pens. I'm guessing the Sport won't be okay. I have the Kaweco blue. So this is regular fire on fire, eyedroppered, extra fine nib. How many do you keep inked at a time? Right now, this is it. 1, 2, 3, 7. I'm usually probably closer to 10 or 12. All right, so no fire on fire. So no bueno. Oh, that's pretty good. That didn't take too long. Still a little skippy, but that didn't take long. That's acceptable. That's acceptable because it's already in full flow now. I'd say that's completely acceptable for not being used in like 10 days. No skipping, no anything. I think that's fair. All right, check. Good job, Break It On. Did you shake it vigorously? I haven't. Maybe I should shake this one. This one has fire on fire on fire. The gray pen is the Sailor Tuzu, which we'll get to. So this has fire on fire on fire. I haven't looked at the nib, anything. So let's see what we got here. God, this looks good. It even looks wet. Like this is gonna be good to go. A little crusty on the underside, but that's okay. Look at this, chat. It's a champion. Boss Baker Chris knows. Right out the gate. I can't believe how well this continues to work. I mean, literally from the jump. That was a crack that was sealed tight. Yeah, maybe just the plastic. It's also hot in here, so I don't know. It shouldn't be that hot to where it's expanding, but it hadn't been opened in like 10 days, so yeah. I mean, perfect, right? This has such good ink flow. That's why I used it for this ink. Nailed it. Nailed it. All right, Pilot Custom 92. I think this is probably going to work. So this has... I always forget what ink I put in here. It is the Van Diemen Stage Fright Encore. Which nib in the Bennu? Medium. So this has Van Diemen Stage Fright, just kind of a basic blue, blackish teal. I'd say this is going to work. Work pretty well. Yep. God. We're doing good, chat. Yeah. Solid. All right, next one. I think this one's going to be one of the troublemakers. This is the Retro 51. It's got the black plated nib in here, and it has what antique sepia from Kobe Nagasawa. This should seal up pretty good though. I don't know. I think yeah, this has a plastic seal. Huh? Maybe it's gonna work. We're about to find out. Oh, it's gonna work, chat. Little skippy, but acceptable. Let's see if we can get it flowing here. Yeah, it's good. Dang. Oh, little skippy. I think that's in the realm of acceptability. Yeah, this isn't really a snap cap, but it does have a seal. So yeah, like it's perfectly fine. Nice. Huh. All right, this will be interesting. Sailor Tuzu. Sailor Tuzu with Sailor Seiboku ink cartridge. I have no idea. So it's a snap cap, plastic, with a pigment and ink. The Sailors generally work, though, I think, right? Should be okay. What? Should we take bets on this one? It's probably going to work. Right out the gate. I kind of want to take this to Stationery Fest because this color's so good. Seiboku is such a good ink. What is Stationery Fest? Look up, Google Yoseka, Yoseka Stationery Fest. It's going to be a big 3-day event in New York City, in Brooklyn. Put on by Yoseka Stationery Store. What do I need to do with capitalism? I recently saw an Instagram post of someone who fitted all his fountain pens in a coffee mug. They were nice pens like Montegrappa, Hemingway, but thought of having just a few pens was intriguing. I think about that from time to time. And then I decide against it. Yeah, Tuzu, really good. All right, so Toga says, and I tend to agree. So the Kaweco Piston Sport, and this has Kaweco Royal Blue ink. It hasn't been bad. This pen's been inked up for a while, and it's usually pretty good. I guess I'm getting pretty low on ink here. Like it's barely filling it up here. Let's see how it goes. This is a little grimy. All right, so this is worse than the coffee pen. This is not gaining flow here. So Toga might have been right. It's better than yours. So this has been about 10 days without use. The ink is almost out, so it definitely hasn't been flowing down into the feed much. I don't know how much ink I have left in here. It should be enough to eventually get it writing. Yeah. I think this will write in a minute, but definitely the worst one so far. This would be out of the realm of acceptability. This is pretty long. The cap on the Piston Sport's not airtight. Yeah, so that's a challenge. Anytime you get air into things, it will tend to dry out the nib. I'm surprised it's doing these sort of lines. You think it would be more of a 0. What was Mike's problem with his Piston Sport? I saw his video, but I didn't watch it. Consider removing the clip and putting a small O-ring in its place. I don't have a problem if I use it daily or even every other day. But when I leave it, I've left this for, 10 days at least, at a minimum, 10 days. It's taken a minute, so. I could probably push some ink down and get it going a little bit better. But yeah. So this is the first one that needs more work, right? Everything else has been fine. Pretty quickly. This one, not. So it seems the consensus is people have issues with the sport. I've had no issues with the sport. This isn't an issue. This is something I caused, right? I caused this by not using it for over 2 weeks. This is not an issue with the sport. My sport works great. As a matter of fact, my sport's perfect. This is not the pin's fault. If your expectation is that you leave it for 2 weeks and it works perfectly, I don't know. That's not my expectation, right? I mean, there are pins that you can leave 2 weeks and they work, but that is not my expectation. So, can you swap a regular Kaweco nib into that new piston nib assembly? I don't know. I think they said the feed was different or something was different about it. So, but yeah, I could get this running in a second, or I'm just going to clean this. If you just swap the nib without the feed, okay. So yeah, they're pins you can leave forever and they work, but I think that's asking too much of a fountain pen in general. So like, I wouldn't consider that a problem. That's just, am I wrong there? All right, TWSBI vac, money. Like, this is self-inflicted. That's the way I see it. Hope you had an awesome time in London. Thanks to Major Bedlam for the gift sub. Oh, thank you, Linz. I did have a great time, and thank you for thanking Major Bedlam for the gift sub. All right. So Kaweco, definitely the worst. It has more than emotional damage. Yeah. Like, if that was my everyday pen, like, every day I use that pen, if I use it, like, on a day, every other day type of basis, it's flawless. Like, I've had no issues with mine. What color is that ink? Emotional olive. Starbucks, the green one. Would you consider a pen that starts right up as a positive? I'm with you. Don't expect, but it's nice to know my TWSBIs will start up after a long time. Oh, yeah, it's totally a positive. But conversely, it's not a negative if I haven't used a pen for 2 weeks and it doesn't start up. Both of those things can be true. Right? Yeah, this is the Teranishi guitar. There's a review of this one on the blog. It's really good. Very happy with this ink. So yeah, both things can be true. If it is a requirement for you to have a pen sit for 2 weeks or a month, then there are a few pens you can choose. But I think to have that expectation for every fountain pen is you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay. Better than I expected. This one, I expected it to be not good. I thought this one would be a little bit worse than it is. It's actually pretty good. Everything else wrote right away. And then pretty close to right away. Would you say 5 to 7 days should be the expectation? So that's a good question. Like, okay, if I leave it sitting, what would be my expectation? I think a few days, like 3 to 5 days, maybe a week. Hey, James. Oh, and thanks for the thanks on the gifted sub for Major Myth. Yeah, 5 to 7 days is probably in there. But there's also so many variables, right? Like, you can't really have that defined of an expectation when there's nib size variables, ink variables, atmospheric variables, paper variables, right? Like filling system variables. Like you can have general ideas. I have pens that don't go 24 hours without drying out. I need to sell those pens. Now that's an issue. If I had to prime this pen every day in a row, that's a problem. Like, if I put this down, if I use this pen today and I put it down and tomorrow we're doing this, that's 100% a problem. That is definitely something I believe on. If this happens every day, then that's a problem. So, all right, now let's clean them all. Just kidding. I'm not going to clean them all today. But, God, I wish we had more time. I wish I had more time to stream this week. Because I want to pick out a pin. Maybe tomorrow, them not being arranged shortest to tallest is killing me. I honestly tend to do that. This has just been, I've been away and I haven't dealt with it. So, this is more, I do generally put the smallest pins on the closest side here to reach them. So, better. Is the retro taller than the Tuzu? Pretty close. Whew. Whew. Good morning, Murdoch. Hope you're doing well. I generally do sort my pins like this. For those with us many more pins than 7 inked up, there's a positive to grabbing one that writes after delay. Facts. I agree. Like, it's a good thing. I see one Pinatic pin. There's actually two. So both of these are Pinatic pins. Then this one. That's pretty orange. My other ones are out there. Oh, so what I was thinking, so tomorrow I said I was going to do a little bit of journaling, and we still might do that. But I think tomorrow I really want to think about committing to one fountain pen for Stationery Fest. No, I caught up on shipping yesterday. It wasn't too bad, which reminds me, I need to take down the banner. I'm going to do that while I'm talking to you, even though the banner's going to be right back up. Have you had any desire to rotate the Tuzu nib yet? I haven't, honestly. I just haven't had enough time with it. So, like, I inked it up right before the trip and just didn't kind of use it much after that. So, it's something I need to spend time with. That's why I don't rush into these reviews a lot of times. I need to spend time with it, and I want to twist it around and play with it and see what's up. So yeah, tomorrow I want to think about what pen I might take. I don't want a promotional pop-up. Where is this thing? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Announcement bar, disable. Boom. So tomorrow I want to think, would it be possible for me to take one fountain pen to Stationery Fest? And if so, what fountain pen would that be? Wopex and a Platinum Curios. It's not a terrible combo. I at least have one writing instrument to use. Break of Dawn might be good. I kind of feel like I might need a clip, though. Just had a thought for an Ask TPA podcast topic. Perfect. Please send those in. The Break of Dawn would be a good choice because it's eyedroppered, it's extra fine, it's cool. I think I might need a clip, though. Is the Tuzu nib rotation similar to the Namisu Nova Pocket nib rotation? No. So the Namisu Nova, which I do have that sitting over here. I haven't unboxed it yet. Maybe we can do that tomorrow. The Tuzu is set to every 10 degrees. There's a notch you have to put it in. So you open it, then you have to twist it to the next notch for the notch to get into place, and then you tighten it back up. Oh, I was thinking the Enso bolt, not the Namisu Nova. Yeah, any other nib that rotates is kind of friction, kind of. So the Enso bolt is what I need to open, yeah. Bring none and buy one when you get there. I'm going to ban you. A clip is always needed. Hard disagree. But situationally, I do really, really want one. Always carry 3, XF, broad, and stacked. I mean, that's a great, setup. My belt came yesterday. I haven't inked it yet, but I'm mildly frustrated trying to line up the nib and clip in a particular way. I'm concerned about that, for sure. If a pen has been sitting for a while and the ink is dried inside the feed, what's the best procedure to clean it? Water, or soaking in water. Disassembly, if you really want to clean it. But soak it in water. I mean, there's nothing better, honestly. Hey, it's a massive surprise I haven't been banned yet. I mean, Vanessa did. Did you get banned? We could try. We could try to ban you. I mean, if you want me to, I'll ban you. Dish detergent, like, I mean, I would do it without dish detergent. I've never once in all my years of cleaning fountain pens used this dish detergent. But you can put the tiniest of drop in. But never once have I ever used this dish. I can't say dish detergent. That's why I don't use it. I haven't been able to say dish detergent yet. There we go. So yeah, I might think about that tomorrow. I need to clean, just soak in clear water. Yes. Is pen flush necessary? No. I do own pen flush. I used it once to see, like, okay, like on some old vintage pen, just to see if like this was like worth it. I have always been successful with water. Sometimes I'll soak it overnight. Sometimes it takes more than a night, right? I have an ultrasonic cleaner, but yeah, I don't really use that. Like, so far, nothing beats water and high pressure pushing water through, right? But really, disassembly and soaking in regular water has worked for me every time. What about wooden pens? What about them? When we're talking about soaking, we're not talking about putting any parts of the pen in the soak. The nib and the feed and the housing if you want, but the housing you can usually rinse. Don't put you don't have to put your like plastic parts or especially wooden, micarta, any fabric parts. Do not get those wet. You can take the nib out of. Is there a pen you can't take the nib out of? I mean, some are harder. Pilot and Sailors, I don't like taking the nibs off of. Yeah, so I use the lure. I use booger suckers. But really, you don't need a booger sucker if you just disassemble the nib and the feed. But I know it sounds more intimidating than it is. It's something I was very intimidated about when I first got it. Then I was like, oh, that's easy. Do you plan to clean the new Heinz pen with distilled water? I have never used distilled water. Is that for the nib? Is that for the nib, Sir Cobalt, for like the nib finish? I'll just deal with it. Like, if I have products that are not dishwasher safe, guess where they go? In the dishwasher. I'm going to get years out of this mug, even if it's in the dishwasher. I'll buy another one if I ruin it. But yeah, for the nib, distilled water, like, Sir Cobalt, I'll tell you honestly, I won't. And if I ruin the nib, it'll be all right. Because I'm not cleaning it on a weekly basis, right? How many times am I going to clean this nib this year? 3? Right? If you clean this nib twice a month, I would use distilled water. I'm going to clean it 3 times a year. So, was the new Kaweco Lilliput shared? I have not seen that. I would love to see it if you have a link. They also said not to use Private Reserve in another ink due to the acidity, which can ruin the finish. Well, I already don't use Private Reserve. And I don't use Noodlers. And what else don't I use? It's mostly it. I soaked my entire Magna Carta Dyneema to move a large ink stain. It worked. Now that's different. You were already foobarred. So you just gave it a shot. And that's kind of cool. Did you just soak it in water? Ooh, that's a great color. Did you just soak it in water, Boss Baker Chris? That's my kind of color. Looks great. I don't have a Lilliput that's better than the stainless steel Lilliput. I have a couple. I have a black one and a blue one. Nothing beats the stainless Lilliput just because it's because of the weight. Lilliput is an acquired taste. Yeah, that's a great blue. Everything in moderation, Dutch Bill, right? Everything in moderation. Is there a particular reason you don't use Private Reserve? Yeah, just back in the day, they would just like were really bad performers, and I've just never gotten over it. You know, they were, and then this is a long time ago. They were just cruddy inks, like literal crud, and then you just kind of get like we have so many options and choices. Fire Blue Lilliput's great because that's a stain, titanium or steel. So yeah, I like that one too. Fire Blue with a vintage Eversharp nib, yeah. And still today they have bad quality. I haven't used Private Reserve in years. I think we've reviewed some. They've been hit or miss. My Private Reserve Avocado was the only ink bottle I've ever had mold develop in. See, when you start getting like repeated stories, we reviewed one not long ago and it was mid, right? We're just flush with choice on inks. I mean, really anything, right? So like when I have like infinity choice, I can choose not to sometimes just because I don't want to deal with the mental overhead. Private Reserve ink is great now. So yeah, I've heard other things. Plotter put out a US exclusive pen case based on the Horsehair 2. Picked up one myself to try out. That texture is really nice. I do like that. I still like mine. Haven't found one to beat it yet, but all right, I think we're going to wrap it up here, chat. What is Barb's doing? Oh, we can sneak attack. All right. Late to the party today. Well, we're getting ready to leave. We're going to go hang out with Liz, watch birds in the bird feeder. It looks like they're either taking a break or they're on an all-day feeder stream, which is honestly something I'm into. If you just want the feeder in the background, and there's literally no burbs on it right now, which is bothersome. But they might not even be streaming right now. They might just be doing the bird feeder because they're in the animals feed. Usually they're in the art feed if they're working. So it might just be a bird feeder stream, which again is pretty cool. One of these days I'll just do like a writing stream with no talking. Would that be boring? Is the feeder full? Yeah, there's even like a little animal. I'll show you. There's even like a little animal on there. Oh yeah, there's only 100 people in here, so it just must be a feeder stream because she usually has like 300. So we're gonna raid the quiet stream and see if we can break things. All right. Crying so I won't join. See you next time. What, Dutch Bill? What? All right. See y'all later. Go enjoy the bird feeder. Bye.
Birdseed, but you can't make them eat. Hello, Brad. Hello, Kinetic Traders.